Hi, and welcome to another math problem discussion. Today's question is based on algebraic word problem. Let's read the question. 4 years ago, the ratio of A's age to B's age was 11:14, and 4 years later, their ages will be in the ratio 13:16. The present age of A is. This question is pretty easy, considering if you know how to form algebraic equations from word problems. And in this specific question, there's a little trick that I want to tell you. I mean, my sister told me this, and since then I've never stuck on age-related problems, especially in algebra. So here it is. Let's say that you have a question where you've been asked the age of a certain person, and then in the question you have been given a comparative ages, certain years ago and certain years into the future. So what we do is to make a little timeline. There you write present, okay, and then you write future, and then you write past. So let me make past a PA and present a PR. Let the present ages. So write A and B here, A and B, and A and B. So A's age is X, a present age, B is Y. Now, it's natural that if you go 4 years back into time, the ages are going to decrease by 4. So you do X minus 4 and Y minus 4. And likewise, if you move 4 years into the future, there's going to be an increment of 4 years to their life, and their future ages 4 years later would be X plus 4 and X, Y plus 4. Okay, now having said this, we will make our equations based on these. Okay, past and future ages, because in the question, it says that the ratio of their ages 4 years ago, ratio of the ages, I'm repeating 4 years ago. That means these were their ages 4 years ago. And their ratio, that means their ages 4 years ago, and their ratio, that means division, okay, is 11/14. And the same thing's going to happen this side. 4 years later, the ages will be in the ratio 13:16. So let's just quickly write that. 4 years into the future, that means X plus 4 and Y plus 4 is going to be 13/16. Okay, this is the main equation that you have to solve. And after that, it's just solving, simplifying everything. So let me clear some space and let's solve them. Be particular about the numbers and the sign. And yeah. So let's multiply this 14. We do some cross multiplication in both these sides and get two pairs of equations. So it's going to be 14x minus 14y equals to 11. Oh, my bad. This was not y. Instead, it was 4. So here we have a 4. Okay, this is 4. This is 4. All right, so it's going to be 14x minus 14 times 4, which is 56, equals 11y minus 11 times 4, which is 44. Let's bring the variables one side and constants on the other. So 14x minus 11y equals 56 comes to the right-hand side. Sign changes from negative to positive, minus 44. Okay, so the first set of equations that we've got here is 14x minus 11y. It says 14x minus 11y equals to 12. This is the first equation. And if you solve this, you'll get 16x plus 16 times 4 is 64 equals 13y plus 13 times 4, which is 52. Okay? Keep up with the equations, and I would rather suggest that you pause the video and try it out yourself. 16x, again, bringing the constants to one side and the variables to the other. 16x minus 13y. I just brought the 13y from the right-hand side to the left, and I'm going to take the 64 from the left to the right. And yeah, consider the change of signs. So 64 becomes a negative 64 plus a 52. Okay, so you have a 16x minus 13y equals to a negative 12. Okay, and this is the second equation. Now what do? We solve them simultaneously. We solve them together. Okay, so let's just write both these equations one on top of each other. And yeah, so you have 14x minus 11y equals to 12. And then 16y, make sure to write the same terms underneath each other. 16x minus 13y equals a negative 12. Be careful with the signs. A single negative sign, if misplaced, can get your entire work wrong. So let's add up the equations. Okay, what would you get? It's going to be a 30x and a minus 24y, and a negative 12 and minus 12 are going to cancel out each other, and you would get a 0 here. So bring the 24 to the other side. You would get a 30x equals 24y. Simplify both of these, so 6 times 5 is 30, and 6 times 4 is 24. So you end up with something that looks like this. X equals 4 upon 5y. Time for some substitution. Okay, let's take any one of these equations. Let's take the top equation. I'm going to leave that and delete the rest. It is 14x minus 11y equals 12. And now we know what exactly x is. So we're going to substitute this x over here with this value. So you get a 14 times 4 upon 5y minus 11y equals 12, okay? 14 times 4 is 56y, and then you multiply the 5 here. I'm sure you're aware with the basic multiplication and addition of fractions. And yeah, subtract that. So 15 times 11 is going to be a 55y upon 5 equals 12, okay? Now, all you have to do is to simplify the numerator. So it's 56y minus 55y. That's just y. And then you multiply the 5 to the 12 here. So you get a 60. So y is 60. That means b is 60 years old. All right? And let's just see. Just a second. If you substitute y in here, you would get 4 upon 5 times 60, because y is 60. So 5 times 12 is 60. And A's age is going to be 12 times 4, 48 years. That's the answer.